I'm just going to start by saying I'm no multi crypto bazillionaire or drop shipping guru. I'm just a normal dude who works a normal job, lives a semi normal life, and has many hobbies, including making these videos. So if you're looking for some guidance on how to become the next Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, then by all means click off this video as it's probably not for you. However, though I don't have any advice on how to get rich quick or solve the meaning to life, I do have something to offer, and that is wise unk status wisdom. With that being said, don't look at me as a role model or somebody to replicate. Instead, look at me as that cool older cousin or uncle that sometimes, and I really mean sometimes, drop some fucking wisdom bombs. Throughout my 22 years crawling and walking on this planet, I've had my share of good times, bad times, and all of the above. And one thing's always remained. I'm still here, and so are you if you're watching this video. Throughout the twists and turns of life and figuring things out on my own, or with the help of friends and family, I've picked up on many life lessons, as well as many ways to handle certain situations. Life's complicated. It's best that you have people around you that share similar goals and ambitions. So before we fully jump into the video, I want you to drop a comment with your 3 goals for this year, and let's find like-minded people down in the comments that can help keep each other in check. Alright, now that I've got that intro bit out of the way, let's hop into some of the lessons that I've learned early on in life that have helped guide me to be the man that I am today. The first one's gonna sound cliche, but seriously, don't take being young for granted. My dad used to always tell me that time will start moving faster as I get older, and that one day I'll randomly be an adult and wonder where all the time went. I thought I knew what he meant, but truly I didn't until I was around 20 and well out of school. My friends and myself had all went our own ways and started doing our own things, and I realized that people around me had gotten older. Let's just say pretty much all at once, I fully understood what my dad was trying to tell me. When you're young, you don't really have too many responsibilities except going to school, which, let's be honest, school really wasn't all that bad. And I know at times it does seem like a lot and can feel stressful, but honestly, there's no other time in life where you'll get to be around your friends 8 hours a day and get the opportunities to play sports and then come home and do absolutely nothing except maybe hop on Xbox and play games with the boys. If you're a younger person, this one's really for you. Don't take youth for granted, and try not to stress out. Enjoy the time and freedoms that come with being young. That point perfectly leads into the next point, and that's to not be in a rush to start using shit like weed, nicotine, or drinking. For the longest time, I swore I wasn't ever gonna smoke weed, and then COVID rolled around, and I started smoking super heavy until my senior year of high school. All of my friends were already casual stoners, so I didn't really think too much of it. Once I started smoking, I started frequently vaping and drinking more. Luckily, I never got into anything crazy, but still, even what we consider normal substances have lasting effects, especially on a young guy's brain like myself. Quite honestly, my friends and I were smoking so much that I eventually fell into what I would only be able to describe as like a weed psychosis. It was truly freaky shit thinking back on it. The easiest way to put it is that I couldn't fully distinguish what was real versus what my mind was telling me, which would throw me through these crazy anxiety attacks. From the outside, I feel like I seemed pretty normal, but on the inside, for a good year, or even for a while after I quit smoking, I would have these terrible anxiety attacks and my chest would get super tight. Now, I do understand that not everybody has a bad experience with weed, but truly, it's just not worth getting into any substance, especially when you're young and your brain hasn't fully developed. If you do choose to drink or smoke, at least do it in extreme moderation. And for nicotine, just simply stay away from that shit. There's no use for it. Now, I will say I do enjoy an occasional cigar, and I really mean occasional, like once a year. But all in all, it's just something that we don't need that affects our health in a terrible way, so we might as well just not do it. For some reason, this next one's one that I grew up believing was like the worst thing ever, and that's just living like a plain lifestyle. No fancy cars, big houses, jewelry, or anything like that. For me, I grew up during like the hypebeast era and would watch all the videos where people had this quote-unquote nice things, which for a young man growing up, that's what I thought I needed to feel fulfilled or be successful. Growing up, my mom didn't have a lot of money to spare on crazy shit like Supreme hoodies and Yeezys, which is totally understandable. And luckily at the time, I understood, but I still wanted that shit deep down. However, having that feeling made it to where for years, I felt like I needed to get rich, or at least have some way to get all these nice clothes, watches, and cars. And as I got older, I realized that stuff does not make a man. And I doubt it made any of the guys that I used to watch on YouTube feel fulfilled at the end of the day. It's all materialistic shit that we can live without. As I've adopted this mindset, I cringe a little bit when I see a little dude walking around wearing Fear of God hoodies or rocking Travis Scott Jordans, only for the simple fact that I was once in that spot, and I know they'll grow out of it and look back and think, damn, I really have my parents dropping bands on an outfit. And for some, that's okay, but for most, I'd say at least for 90% of you watching, that lifestyle's out of our deck of cards. The main point that I wanted to convey is to not let what you see online pressure you to spend crazy money on materialistic stuff. Of course, it's important to look nice, but you can look nice on a modest budget, the same way you can look bad wearing a $10,000 outfit. So just stay away from big money materialistic items, especially when you're young. This next one's one that I believe in deeply, and that's to not let your OG friendships die. These are the guys that you've known since you were just wee lads running around the play structure and pulling pranks on the teacher. These are the guys that you chill at their crib eating pizza all day and play Call of Duty until 5 in the morning. These are the guys that you've pretty much known your whole life. I know, life gets busy and new people come in and out all the time, but it's just as important to maintain these almost family-like friendships as it is to maintain actual family relationships. Now, there are exceptions to this, like if they're genuinely a bad person and are actively trying to take you down a bad path with them. If that's the case, then yeah, bro, there's no need for that. Let's keep moving. But if you have friendships that are dying from lack of communication, then it's time to realize keeping these people around is as simple as a call from time to time, or shit, even something as simple as a text. It's so important to keep good friends around, especially the ones you've had for a long time. These are the people that will have your back no matter what situation, and they're also there to talk to when nobody else is. This is a two-way street though, as it is important for the other person to actively keep stoking the friendship as well, and put in the effort to keep the fire going. Don't let time and distance extinguish a good friendship. You need good people in your life if you want to be a good person. This last point is one that I'm a big believer in, and that's to find a hobby or hobbies that you enjoy and truly stick to them. I feel like we live in a time where everyone on social media is trying to monetize hobbies or make it seem like having a hobby isn't important if it doesn't make you income. To that, I just have to shake my head, because hobbies are one of the most important things that we can have as individuals. I mean, hell, they're pretty much what makes us individuals, or at least make us unique. Would you rather talk to a guy that's tried 100 different projects, or the guy that's never done anything outside of working and sleeping? I'd consider myself super fortunate, as I found that I loved playing guitar at an early age, and sure, there was a moment in time where I thought if I practiced enough, I'd be the next Eddie Van Halen, leaping and flying around the stage and getting all the baddies. Truth is, I'm glad that's not how it played out, as I love making music, but I don't want to live a sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle. I'm much happier making music at home and recording myself talking into a mic for you guys. Hobbies are meant to be just that though, something enjoyable, that you can do that brings you a little freedom and something to be proud of. Not everything needs to make money or be monetized. If you find a way to do it, there's no shame in it. But don't get into things with the sole purpose of making money or having some sort of return. Do it because it brings you joy and some pride. I really hope if you stuck around until the end that you were able to at least take away one piece of advice. Like I stated at the beginning of the video, I'm not some super rich, handsome, and successful guy. I'm just a normal guy that lives a normal life and has some life stories and advice to share with you. If you gained any type of perspective from this video, I'd appreciate if you left a like and subscribed, as I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers within 6 months. If you stuck around all the way to the end, then this is a special thanks for you. If you feel so obliged, I'd like to get some discussions rolling in the comments section on pieces of advice that you guys would give other people that maybe weren't in this video. Anyway, I hope to see you guys in the next one. As always, my name's Zay. It's been real. Subscribe and enjoy the stay.